guys, it's Joshua Reviews. And today, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be talking about a Santa movie. That's exactly why I chose this shirt. I don't watch The Office. I just like the shirt because it's Christmas related. And you can't go wrong with Christmas. Am I right? He gets it. Anyways, so today's film we're going to be taking a look at is He Sees You When You're Sleeping. Now, I only watched this movie because of one particular thing. And that is, it is the same director of, I think it's Night Harvest it's Night Harvest. And that movie caught me by surprise. That film was surprisingly fun. I liked it. It was like a 80s throwback slasher. So when I heard that he was going to be making a Christmas movie, I was like, oh, heck yeah. And it didn't even dawn on me that, there are some actual like people in this film, like Stretch, that's her name. The actress who plays Stretch in Texas Chainsaw Massacre. She is in this movie and she plays the aunt for the main character. Anyways, so He Sees You When You're Sleeping. This is a movie about a kid who witnessed his family die by a guy dressed up as Santa, and like 20 years later, he goes back to his old house where his aunt is now living, and her son and a bunch of other people are there, and his girlfriend is like she's being supportive, and then it's revealed that it's all a scheme, and even his girlfriend, I think his name's Chester, could be wrong on that, but the main character, he's dating this girl, and it turns out that the girl was just dating him so she could like get info and get some of the inheritance, because they want him to sign these forms for the property so they can make money. And I couldn't help but think that, well, old pipes, and I couldn't think about anything else other than the subplot in the Five Nights at Freddy's movie, with the aunt trying to get Mike to hand over his sister for like legal custody. I was like, they steal from Five Nights at Freddy's? Or is that just a coincidence? Anyways, I guess it's just another evil aunt. Anyways, but then Santa shows up and starts killing them one by one, and that's the basic plot and premise. So, that's a lot of information, and there's a lot going on in this movie. I'm going to say this. This movie's not really that good. This movie, it's shot fairly well. It looks like it's well shot, and it looks well produced for whatever low budget I assume they had. The kills are decent for a indie slasher. But my main problem with this movie is the acting. A lot of the acting is over the top. It's over the top acting, and even the actress who plays Stretch from Texas Chainsaw, I'm not good at names, but even her acting, she was really over the top when it comes to like her delivery, and a lot of the actors giving out their delivering their lines, they're just like all over the place. That being said, I still had a lot of fun with this movie. I don't know what it was, but this movie made me laugh a bunch, and that was thanks to the awkward delivery. I want to say that this movie, because it's funny, not a lot really happens until like the last 30 minutes of the film, and that's when people really start that. There's a few kills here and there, but most of the movie is just characters just kind of arguing with each other. There's this one really obnoxious character who was supposed to be, the aunt's son, and he is being a total D-bag. He is just, he's saying, he's telling the main character, oh, your family died, get over it. Oh, you're insane. You should be put up in a mental hospital. It's like, why are you like this? What's your motivation? I get they hate him because they want the money, they want the inheritance, but I just kept thinking this is just cartoonish level, in terms of evil. They go out of their way to make this guy a douchebag. They make sure you do not like this guy, so when he dies, you're like, that's right, he's dead. And, some movies that do that, it succeeds, but this one I just kind of found funny. there's a lot of awkward line deliveries and a lot of scenes that are just unintentionally funny. When the douchebag character gets thrown through a window, I bursted out laughing because at first I thought it was like terrible green screen CGI glass, but then it was just the lighting, I guess. It was weird. It was awkwardly shot, that scene in particular. Some of the kills are decent for a low budget movie. They're not like graphic or gory or anything, but they're decent. Like, you see a tad bit of blood. But the funny thing about it is that some of the kills are just straight up ripoffs from other slashers. Like, there's literally one kill in here that is a straight up ripoff of the sleeping bag kill from Friday the 13th Part 7. And it's where Santa gets a person, puts them in his sack, and then just starts whacking, like, which you can't lift a human body like that unless you're super fucking strong. And this is a slight spoiler. When it's revealed who the killer is, there is no way in hell that person could have done that. I'm sorry, I don't believe that for a second. And when it is revealed who, like, what the twist is, it's so fucking convoluted, and it made me go, what? But I don't know what it was about this movie. I just was into it. My mom was like in the other room, but she kind of tuned in to like some of the dialogue, and she's like, wow, this is really bad. But we both kind of were laughing at how bad it was. And I kind of looked over at my mom and I'm like, this movie is not good, but I strangely enjoyed it. Like, because, you don't really care for the characters. None of the characters are really, like, interesting or, like, I mean, I want to say their interactions are what make, like, the movie not drag. Because a movie like this, I feel like, by all means, this movie should be boring to me, because I've said it before, the worst thing a movie can do is bore you. But I was never bored while watching this film. I was strangely interested in the dialogue, even though it's pretty bad. There's one scene in particular where the girlfriend character literally just, like, flat out spells out, like, what's going on. Like, she's like, oh yeah, you were when your family died 7 years ago. Did you catch that? 7 years ago? Oh, I'm so glad you're here to reconcile. It's like, why did you need to add that on top of that? Like, you're over-explaining what's going on. But someone just had some sort of charm to it. I don't know what it was. Maybe that's the movie succeeding, or maybe I have different tastes. I mean, we all have different tastes in terms of movies and what we like and dislike. But still, regardless, I don't know what it was, man. Because this movie was dumb. It was dumb. But I kind of enjoyed it. So that being said, I'm going to give it a C+. I think. I don't know. Movies. They're fun. Let's stay on theme. Let's review another Santa movie.